Hello everyone, welcome to another important session of the current events for ESIC 2021 Deputy Director Exam. I hope all of you are healthy and preparing well, and my dear friends, in today's session we are going to discuss the 15 most important MCQs of current events for the ESIC 2021 Deputy Director Exam. So before starting the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the lectures. And to join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. And my dear friends, I am glad to announce that we are running a mega sale in which we are providing 40% plus additional 5% off on our various courses. And with the help of this particular mega sale, you can also avail 40% plus additional 5% off on the ESIC Deputy Director course. And to avail this particular discount, you are required to use the code MEGA, that is MEGA, and this code is only valid till 10th of November 2021. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let us move on to the session. Let's get started. So my dear learners, here is the very first question from the session, and the question is: consider the following statements in relation to the DBT Star College scheme. So here, to answer this particular question, you are required to quickly go through these particular statements and tell me in the comment section below that which of the statements given above are correct. Whether it is option A, B, C and D, please tell me in the comment section below. See, all these kind of schemes which are being launched by the government of India are really very important from the exam point of view, as in the past year exams as well we have seen such kind of questions in the exam. So that is the reason that we have brought such kind of questions for all of you for your comprehensive preparation of the current event section of ESIC 2021 Deputy Director Exam. So my dear friends, if we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer to this question is all of the above. That is, all the statements which are mentioned here about the DBT Star College scheme are correct as per DBT Star College scheme. So now let's discuss that what exactly this scheme is all about. So my dear friends, recently Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched the first ever mentorship program for the young innovators to mark the 75th year of India's independence. As we all know that India is commemorating the 75th year of India's independence as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And my dear friends, if we talk about this mentorship program, this program is going to help towards the concept of networking, hand holding and outreach. And if we talk about the different activities which will be undertaken as a part of this program, then the activities are organizing workshops, meetings per month, hand holding the colleges, particularly the colleges which are in the rural areas and lesser endowed areas. And the most important thing is that this particular program, this mentorship program, has been launched under the DBT Star College scheme. So this scheme is an initiative of the Department of Biotechnology under the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. And this scheme was launched in year 2008 by the Department of Biotechnology, and it aims to support the colleges and universities which offers undergraduate education. And the main aim was to improve the science teaching across the country and to encourage the students, to encourage more and more students to take up higher education in science. And my dear friends, that is the reason that this particular DBT Star College scheme has been launched. If we talk about the components, then this particular scheme is having two components. The one component is strengthening component and the next component is star component. So all of you are required and requested to tell me in the comment section below about the strengthening component as well as the star component. This is your homework task. So my dear friends, I hope that this is very much clear. And now let us move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is: which one of the following has been recently endorsed by the World Health Assembly as a global vision to maintain hard-won gains in immunization? See, recently a global vision has been endorsed by the World Health Assembly, and here you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the mentioned here the global visions have been endorsed by the World Health Assembly, aiming to maintain the hard-won gains in immunization, whether it is Immunization Agenda 2030 or it is Immunization Program 2045 or Tika Mahotsav 2025 or Immunization Community 2035. Please answer your questions in the comment section below. And my dear friends, the right answer to this question is option A, that is Immunization Agenda 2030. So if you talk about this particular agenda in much more detail, then my dear friends, it envisions a world where everyone, everywhere, at every age have the full benefits from vaccines to improve the health and well-being, and it aims to maintain hard-won gains in the immunization to recover from the disruptions which are being caused by the COVID-19, and it also aims to achieve even more by leaving no one behind in any situation or at any stage of life. So this was the agenda of this particular vision, and this vision is called the Immunization Agenda 2030, which has been endorsed by World Health Assembly recently. So I hope that this question is very much clear. So my dear learners, now we are moving on to the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about TSECE vote application. Okay, so this application was being launched recently, and here you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the statements given above is or are correct, whether it is option A, B, C and D. See, in order to answer the question, you are required to quickly go through these particular statements. And if we talk about the very first statement, it says that the TSEC e-vote application is India's first smartphone based e-voting application. Statement 2 says that it is an initiative of the Telangana State Election Commission, and it is talking about that with the implementation support of the emerging technologies wing of the IT department of Telangana government and technical assistance from the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. And if you talk about the statement 3, it says that this application leverages emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and it is going to enable e-voting facility for the senior citizens which are employed in the notified essential services, and for sick people, polling personnels, etc. So these are the three statements in relation with the TSEC e-vote, and you are going to tell me in the comment section below that which of the statements given above are correct. And my dear friends, the right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above. So all of the above statements which are mentioned about TSEC e-vote are correct. So let's discuss this particular thing in much more detail. See, Telangana has developed India's first smartphone based e-voting application, which has been named as TSEC e-vote. And my dear friends, this app will leverage the emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchain, and it is going to enable e-voting facility for people such as senior citizens which are employed in the essential services, and the sick people, polling personnels, etc. So my dear friends, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. This TSEC e-vote, that is Telangana State Election Commission e-vote application, has been launched by the Telangana State Election Commission. I hope that this is very much clear, and now let us move on to the next question from our today's session, which is here on your screen. So here the question number 4 is about the new rules under the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Rules 2021. And once again, you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which of the following statements given above are correct. See, here three statements has been mentioned about the medical termination of pregnancy, that what exactly it brings, and here you are required to analyze all these three statements which have been mentioned, and then you are required to identify that which statement is correct among these three statements. So if you talk about the very first statement, it says that these rules has increased the gestational limit for the termination and abortion of the pregnancy of women from 20 to 24 weeks for a certain special categories of women, and under these new rules 7 specific categories have been notified by the Government of India. Apart from that, this third statement says that the state level medical boards will be set up, and they will be responsible to decide whether a pregnancy may be terminated after 24 weeks in cases of fetal malformation or not. So these are the three statements which are in relation with the new rules under the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Rules 2021. And here please tell me in the comment section below that which statement given above is or are correct. So if you talk about the right answer to this question, The right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above. See, these kind of new rules which have been recently launched and notified by the government of India are really very important. The programs, the schemes, the rules which have been recently launched are really very important from the exam point of view, and that is the reason that we have brought such kind of questions on the same lines here for all of you for your better preparation of current event section of ESIC Deputy Director 2021 exam. So if we talk about more about this particular rule, then my dear friends, central government has recently notified these new rules under the medical termination of pregnancy amendment rules 2021, and these rules has increased the gestational limit for the termination and abortion of the pregnancy of women from 20 to 24 weeks. So this limit has been increased from 20 to 24 weeks, and this has been done only for a certain special categories of women, and these women are like the survivors of sexual assault or rape or incest, the minors, or the change of marital status during the ongoing pregnancy, then the women with the physical disabilities, then the fetal malformation that has a substantial risk of being incompatible with the life, or if the child is born. So these are some different categories, and there are total 7 categories of women for which this particular new rules are being applicable. And apart from that, these new rules also says that the state level medical boards will be set up to decide, and they will be responsible to decide that whether a pregnancy may be terminated after 24 weeks in cases of fetal transformation as stated above. And if we talk about some other functions, then the other functions of these state level medical boards have been also mentioned here. You can go through them for the value addition. And now we are moving towards the next question of our today's session, that is here on your screen. So the next question is, which of the following states and union territories has signed an MOU for the real estate development, industrial parks, IT towers, multi-purpose towers, logistics and medical colleges with the Dubai government? See, recently one of the Indian state or union territory has signed an MOU with the Dubai government for the real estate development, industrial parks, IT towers, multi-purpose towers, and here you are going to identify that which one of these states and union territories have signed this MOU with the Dubai government, whether it is Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, or Ladakh. And my dear friends, the right answer to this question is option B, that is Jammu and Kashmir. So Jammu and Kashmir has recently signed an MOU with the government of Dubai for the real estate development. And apart from that, the government of India has also approved an industrial development package 2021 of rupees 28,400 crores for the union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and this package is going to remain in force for 17 years, that is till 2037. So my dear friends, I hope that this question is very much clear to all of you. And now we are moving towards the next question from our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the National Quality Assurance Standards Scheme. So once again a question on the scheme, and my dear learners, that is the reason that these schemes are really very important from the exam point of view. So here once again 3 statements have been mentioned before you, and here you are required to identify the correct statements as per the National Quality Assurance Standards Scheme. So if we talk about these statements, the first statement says that the National Quality Assurance Standards are currently available for the district hospitals, CHCs, primary health centers and urban primary health centers. And if we talk about the statement 2, it says that these standards are primarily meant for providers to assess their own quality of improvement through predefined standards and to bring up their facilities for certification. And if we talk about the third statement, it is saying that there are broadly arranged under 8 areas of concerns, and the name of these areas of concerns have been mentioned here. So all of you are requested to analyze these particular 3 statements and tell me in the comment section below that which statement are correct in relation with the National Quality Assurance Standards Scheme. So if you talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer to this question is option C, that is all of the above. That is all the given statements about the National Quality Assurance Standards Scheme are correct. So my dear friends, let's discuss this particular scheme in more detail. This scheme was being launched by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and the main aim of launching this scheme was to ensure and strengthen the specific requirements for the public health facilities as well as global best practices. Okay, If we talk about some key features of this particular scheme, the main focus of this NQAS scheme was to enhance the satisfaction level among the users of the government health facilities. That means those beneficiaries and those people which are using these government health facilities. This particular scheme was being launched to enhance their satisfaction level and also reposing trust in the public health system, and that is the reason that this NQAS scheme was being launched by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So some other important key features of this particular scheme has been mentioned here, and here once again you can see the 8 areas of concern in which these NQAS are being broadly arranged. So I hope that this question is very much clear to all of you, and now let us move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the question number 7 is about the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company. See, recently the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company has been launched, and here you are required to analyze these particular 3 statements about the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company and tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following are the correct options, and you are required to use the code which are being mentioned above. And my dear friends, see, recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has boldly announced a pledge that India will achieve the net zero carbon emissions by year 2070. Okay, so in relation with this, recently Tamil Nadu government has announced the launch of a Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company. And if we talk about the statements, these statements tells us that it is the first ever special purpose vehicle which is going to professionally manage the critical natural conservation missions. And in the second statement, it is giving more information about these critical natural conservation missions such as the Tamil Nadu Climate Change Mission, Tamil Nadu Green and Tamil Nadu Wetland Mission. If we talk about the statement 3, it says that the special purpose vehicle authorized capital will be 5 crore and it is going to enhance the forest and tree cover of the state to 33% from the present 23.27%. So here you are required to identify the correct statement about the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company. And my dear friends, the right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above, as all these statements about the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company are correct. So from here you can also get an idea that on what lines these particular news are required to be covered and what are the important key takeaways from these kind of news articles. So my dear friends, here you can see recently Tamil Nadu government has taken a big leap in the climate action by announcing the setting up of Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company, and here is the name of all these critical natural conservation missions that this particular company is going to manage. Okay, and apart from that, here some more information about the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company is also mentioned here. That is about its authorized capital, which will be rupees 5 crores. Then the State Environment Secretary of Tamil Nadu will be going to be the company's chairperson and MD. And apart from that, this special purpose vehicle mission is to include planning, execution and monitoring of the statewide programs such as climate change adaptation and mitigation, the mapping of the wetlands as well as their restoration. Apart from that, enhancing the forest and tree cover of the state to 33% from the present 23.27%. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And my dear friends, here see, COP26 has been recently held from 1st to 12th of November 2021 in Glasgow. So please tell me about what are the major announcements which have been made during the COP26 and what are the countries which are participating in the COP26 as well as which are hosting the COP26. Okay, so I hope that this is very much clear, and now we are moving towards the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the Industrial Relation Rules 2021. See, and here you are required to answer me in the comment section below that which of the following state governments has recently approved the Industrial Relation Rules 2021, which aims to safeguard the rights of employers as well as employees, whether it is Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, or Assam? Please tell me the right answer in the comment section below. See, these industrial relation rules 2021 have been approved by one of the cabinet of the one of the Indian states, and here you are required to identify the state whose cabinet has approved the industrial relation rules 2021, and the right answer to this question is option D, that is Assam. So my dear friends, if we talk about this particular news, then Assam cabinet has recently approved the industrial relation rules 2021. And what exactly was the aim with this particular, by approving the industrial relation rules 2021, Assam government aims to safeguard the rights of both the employers and employees. And these rules are going to amalgamate, simplify, and rationalize the provisions of the 3 central labor codes which are related to the industrial relations. See, here we will not be discussing in the detail about the 3 central labor codes, but I am going to name here that all of them, that is the 4 new labor codes which are being released by the government of India, are the minimum wages code, social security code, industrial relations code, and the occupational safety, health and working conditions code. And this particular announcement and approval by the Assam cabinet is under these industrial relations code of among these 4 new labor codes. Okay, so apart from that, a particular scheme has also been approved by the Assam cabinet, which is titled as the Assam Migrant Workers Food Security Scheme, and this scheme has been especially launched for those people in order to provide ration to migrant workers who have specially faced hardships during the COVID-19 pandemic. And under this particular scheme, see, the ration will be distributed to the migrant workers as per the data which is being mentioned, which is being inputted in the eShram portal. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let us move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is, which one of the following organizations has passed a resolution and recognized access to a clean and healthy environment as a fundamental right? Here you are required to identify the organization which has passed a resolution and which recognizes access to clean and healthy environment as a fundamental right, whether it was UNEP, UNHRC, WHO or European Union. Please answer the question in the comment section below. See, recently a fundamental right has been recognized, and what was that? Access to a clean and healthy environment, and you are required to identify that which organization has passed such kind of resolution. So the right answer to this question is option B, that is United Nations Human Rights Council. So UNHRC has recently passed this particular resolution, and this resolution was being proposed by Costa Rica, Maldives, Morocco, Slovenia and Switzerland. Here the name of these countries are also very important, which have initiated and proposed this particular proposal, which is being recently passed by the United Nations Human Rights Council. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let us move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the question number 10 is about the Samridh program. See, these programs, schemes which are being launched by the government, these initiatives which are being taken by the government are really very important. And once again, there is such kind of program, that is Samridh program, and here you are required to select the correct answer using the codes given below. Okay, and my dear friends, here if we talk about the statement, the first statement says that this program focuses on accelerating 300 startups by providing customer connect, investor connect and international immersion in the next 3 years. If we talk about the statement 2, the statement 2 says that an investment of up to rupees 1 crore to the startup based on current valuation and growth stage of the startup is going to be provided through the selected accelerators. Apart from that, if we talk about the statement 3, the statement 3 says that these startup accelerators can be given up to rupees 20 lakh to develop customized solutions for the startup they pick to mentor. See, as the name suggests, the Samridh program has been launched for these startups, and for the benefit of these startups, various different steps has been taken under this Samridh program, and you are required to identify that which of these steps which are being mentioned here in these 3 statements are correct as per the Samridh program. So if we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer to this question is option C, that is both statement 1 and 3 are correct, but the statement 2 is incorrect. And why so? because as per the Samrit program, an investment of up to rupees 40 lakhs to the startup based on current valuation and growth stage of the startup will be provided through the selected accelerators under the Samriddha program, and that is the reason that statement 2 is incorrect, and the right answer is option C, that is both 1 and 3 are correct. So I hope that this is clear. Now let's discuss this particular program in much more detail. See, this program was being launched by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in year 2021, and it will be, and the aim of this particular program is to create a conducive platform to the Indian software product startups in order to enhance their products and provide them secure investments for scaling their business. That means for the promotion, for making, for increasing and enhancing their scale, this particular program has been launched to provide a conducive platform to these Indian software product startups, as well as to provide them a secure investment for scaling their businesses. And if we talk about the eligibility criteria as a part of this Samrit program, then these accelerators must have been in the business for the incubation of over 3 years. Apart from that, it should have supported more than 50 startups, of which at least 10 have received non-public investment, and also these accelerators must have their operations in India with the enough space and infrastructure to carry out all the activities for these startups. And some key features about this particular program has also been mentioned here. You can go through them as they are also really very important from the exam point of view, and I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let us move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So which one of the following initiative has been recently launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the sidelines of climate summit in Glasgow? See, I've already told you that COP26 is going on, and on the sidelines of this COP26 summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has recently launched one of the initiative, and you are required to tell me that which one of the following initiatives has been launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. See, a important point, a very important hint has been already mentioned in the question, that this particular initiative has been launched for the sustainable and inclusive infrastructure development in the small island developing states. So this is really very important point which you are required to remember, that this particular initiative has been launched for these small island developing states. And please tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. And the right answer to this question is option A, that is infrastructure for resilient island states. So my dear learners, recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on the sidelines of COP26 summit, along with the UK Prime Minister PM Boris Johnson, has launched this particular initiative, which has been titled as Infrastructure for Resilient Island States. If we talk about this particular initiative, see, this initiative aims to achieve sustainable development through a systematic approach to resilient, sustainable and inclusive infrastructure in the small island developing states. See, what was the need of coming up with such kind of initiative? See, these small island developing states are on the front line of getting damaged and losses due to the climate change, and that is the reason, in order to resolve this kind of problem, this particular initiative has been launched, and this initiative has been titled as Infrastructure for Resilient Island States, that is IRIS. So my dear friends, as a part of this particular initiative, the Indian Space Research Organization is going to build a special data window for these SIDS countries, that is small island developing states. And as a part of this particular special data window, ISRO is going to provide them various services such as the timely information about the cyclones, coral reef monitoring and coastline monitoring, so that they can take the required actions in order to prevent themselves from being affected by such kind of activities, such kind of incidents like cyclones. And that is the reason that this particular initiative has been taken, and it is going to help really well in these small island developing states. So I hope that this is very much clear, and now we are moving towards the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is, Which of the following states has become the first state in India to release its own wildlife action plan for a period of 10 years from 2021 to 2030? So please tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer, and here you are required to identify the name of the state which has recently released its own wildlife action plan, whether it is Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Chhattisgarh or Maharashtra. Please answer the question in the comment section below. And the right answer to this question is Maharashtra. That is, Maharashtra is a state which has recently come up with its own wildlife action plan, and by releasing this its own wildlife action plan, this state has become the India's first state to release such kind of plan, and this plan has been released for a period of 10 years from 2021 to 2030. Okay, and my dear friend, this plan is going to focus on 12 areas, and this plan will be a comprehensive action plan for the wildlife conservation, which recognizes concerns about the climate change impacts on the wildlife, the coastal ecosystems, the marine biodiversity, flora and fauna. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, and now let us move on to the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the CAMPA scheme, that is Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority scheme. So once again, a scheme was in the news, and here you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the statements given above is or are correct in relation with this CAMPA scheme about which these statements have been mentioned. So please tell me in the comment section below that which statements given above is or are correct. If we talk about the statement 1, it says that it was set up to manage the central afforestation fund. The statement 2 says that the 90% of the funds collected will be transferred to the state CAMPA and the remaining 10% will be with the national CAMPA for utilization. If we talk about the third statement says that these funds will be utilized for afforestation, regeneration of forest ecosystem, wildlife protection and forest related infrastructure development. See, such kind of statements about these schemes and programs and initiatives taken by the government of India will be given in the exam, and there you will once again are required to identify the correct statements or incorrect statements regarding those schemes which are being mentioned in the question. And if we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is option D, that is all of the above are correct as per the CAMPA scheme. So let's discuss this scheme in much more detail. So if we talk about the nodal ministry of this CAMPA scheme is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And if we talk about the objectives of this scheme, then this scheme aims to promote afforestation and development activities in order to compensate for the forest land. Apart from that, it also lays down effective guidelines for the state to facilitate necessary assistance in the terms of scientific, technological and other requisites that may be required by the authorities responsible for the state CAMPA. Apart from that, it is also going to resolve the issues that arises between interstate or between center and states. So I hope that this is very much clear, and these points we have already discussed in the question itself. So now we are moving towards the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the question number 14, which one of the following is NASA's first mission to explore distant asteroids and origins of the solar system? See, recently a mission was being launched by NASA, and this was its first mission to explore the distant asteroids and origins, and you are here required to identify the name of the mission which was recently launched by NASA. And here the options are Skylab, Apollo, Martian and Lucy. So please tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following NASA's first mission was to explore distant asteroids and origins of the solar system. And my dear learners, the right answer to this question is option D, that is Lucy. So Lucy mission was being recently launched by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and the major focus area of launching this mission by NASA was to explore the distant asteroids and origins of the solar system. And this mission will be completed after a 12-year journey to 8 different asteroids. One asteroid in the solar systems main asteroid belt, and 7 Trojans, which are becoming the first space mission to study the Trojans. And that is the reason that this particular mission has been launched. The name of the mission is Lucy mission. It has been launched by NASA, that is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let us move on to the last question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. So this question is about the logistic ease across different states report 2021, and here some of the statements are being mentioned about this report, and once again you are required to tell me that which one of the following statements given above is or are incorrect. See, this keyword is really very important to answer the question successfully, as here in this question it is asking that which one of the following statements given above is or are incorrect, and here you are required to identify the incorrect statement in relation with the logistic ease across different states report, that is Leeds report 2021, which was released recently. Okay, so here if we talk about the first statement, it says that this report provides a granular insight on the logistic performance of the states and UTs level. That means that this report tells us about the logistic ecosystem and their performances at the different states and union territories level. Apart from that, this particular report is being prepared by the team of transport and logistic professionals at Ernst & Young LLP, along with the inputs from the Department of Logistics, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And this report also says that the Leeds 2021 index has been topped by Gujarat in the states category, while Jammu and Kashmir has topped this index in the northeastern and Himalayan Union territories. So if we talk about this particular Leeds 2021 report, this was recently released, and that is the reason that it is really important to be covered by you. And my dear friends, please tell me in the comment section below that which one of the statements given above are incorrect about the logistic ease across different states report 2021. So here the right answer to this question is none of the above. That means that all the statements given above about the Leeds 2021 report are correct. So let's discuss this report in much more detail. See, this particular report provides us a granular insight on the logistic performance. It tells us about the logistic ecosystem which is present in the state and union territory, and it also helps these states and union territories to identify their strengths and weaknesses, as well as opportunities and the improvement areas where they are required to focus to improve their logistic facilities in the states. Apart from that, the report ranks the states on the basis of their logistic ecosystems, and it also highlights the key logistic related challenges. And if you talk about the top performers, but before talking about the top performers, see, this particular report ranks the states on the basis of their logistic ecosystem, and it divides the Indian states and union territories in 3 different classes. Here the first class is the states, the second class is the northeastern states and Himalayan union territories, and the third class is other union territories. Okay, so if we talk about the states category, then it has been topped by Gujarat. If you talk about the northeastern states and Himalayan union territories, then it was topped by Jammu and Kashmir. And if you talk about the other union territories, then it was topped by Delhi. So my dear learners, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, and all the important key takeaways from this particular news article is also very much clear to all of you. And here the main aim of launching this report was to identify the strength, opportunities, and to analyze the logistic ecosystem and facilities which are being provided by these different states. Okay, so I hope that this is very much clear, and my dear learners, that was the last question from our today's session, and I hope that this session was useful and fruitful to all of you. If you have liked the session, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below, and if you have any queries, then you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 8146207241. So I hope that this session is really very much useful for all of you. My dear learners, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.